We can.
Hi.
Hi, Vandana.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, Cynthia.
Nice to meet you.
Same here, same here. I've been enjoying your talk. So
Oh,
I've just,
thank you.
should I show you my dominant hand like this?
Sure, yeah, hold it up for me. Okay, yeah. You have, it looks like 2 branches. So you've got, oh, you've actually got what we call a partner preference marker. Okay.
What does that mean?
You have 2 branches going up to Jupiter. Okay. So in about 10% of hands, this will happen. And it shows a preference for a specific type of partner. Okay, so that's why we call them partner preference lines in the heart line. And that shows that you have a preference for what I would call the Jupiterian, okay, because it's your Jupiter finger that it's heading towards. So that means that you need somebody with qualities of leadership. You need somebody who is able to see a bigger picture of things, has a bigger vision, has strong ideals, and is somebody that you can look up to. So that's the type of partner I would recommend for you, somebody that encompasses those qualities.
I've been married for 33 years. I think it's a bit too late.
Well, hopefully your partner has those qualities because it's showing your preference.
Okay. And what about the left hand?
Yeah, on your left hand, it looks like your primary is actually Earth with, looks like a little bit of a break in the heart line, which is also very common, okay? So a lot of people will have breaks in their heart line showing emotional stress. So it could represent periods where you went through either a breakup or just an emotional, it's literally an emotional break. So it could be somebody in your life that you had a either a death or a challenge with, or it could be just something emotionally that still wants to heal, which is also very common. So it's not uncommon to see breaks. It's actually very, very common. So yeah, but it shows different emotional levels, and you're comfortable at that earthy level of like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that emotion.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at it, so literally we bury it, right? And sometimes that's easier to deal with than processing.
Right.
And again, there's no judgment or anything on it. It's just, that's just what it's showing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks. Cynthia.
Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, you too.
That's great. Cynthia, we had asked everyone to send us some images of their hands. And so we could take a look and give them some insights into what are the things that they can see in their heart line that tells them about their soulmate. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to request my colleagues to just share screen and show some of these. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is from Ramlin.
Okay.
Ramlin, can we unmute you? Okay, I've sent in a request to unmute you.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Hi, Ramlin.
Hi.
So do you have a question about your hands?
My question is, when I think that my heart line goes to Saturn, the middle finger, but then there's like a faint line that looks like it goes to Jupiter. So I don't know if it's broken or it just gets fainter. So what?
To me, that looks like a fork. So very common to see forking. So yeah, your dominant is fire. You're a little bit like Ruchira because she also had sort of that forking. So you have another branch that's more airy. So part of you will keep your emotions in and be thoughtful, but also you have the ability and your preference is actually to express yourself.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Cynthia. Shall we take a look at another one?
Sure.
And you, Cynthia, you can just tell us. So this is from Sonia, and you can just tell us what you see, what you can tell us about their heartline. And
Okay, so yeah, the primary heartline appears to be Earth. And then she's got a branch that appears to be heading towards Jupiter. Again, this is very common to see this because it shows that the energy is more reserved.
Okay.
So the earthy heartline is going to be a little more cautious. So to me, I would say that it takes you a little bit of time to actually get comfortable in sharing your feelings with others. So it's almost like there's a little bit of a, not a barrier so much as just there's a discernment in like, okay, I'm not just blurting everything out. I'm not just sharing everything. I'm taking a pause to get to know that person, and then I'm letting it out. Okay. And then also I would suggest with this type of heartline, make sure you take care of your own emotional needs first, and then take care of others. So that's the preference, and at least inside, that's the preference.
Okay. That's really, really very sharp as an insight, Cynthia. That's really wonderful. So we'll ask Sonia to respond on the group on Telegram if this resonates with her. And we'll take a look at another one, and then we're going to come and talk about how you help people to create that soulmate connection, to ignite that soulmate connection. What are the steps they need to take? What is it that they need to understand? Oh, Sonia says, bang on, Cynthia.
Okay.
That comment just came up. So we're going to come back and look at how we're going to, how these insights are going to help us, and what are the steps that you, Cynthia, have developed as a program to help people make these soulmate connections. Okay, so we're going to quickly take one or two more.
Okay.
This is Sandhya's hand. Sandhya, you have, my goodness, hardly any lines. That's a really nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to actually talk about something other than the heartline on this hand, because the Venus mount is so huge. Okay. So that's this lower section of the hand. Okay. So this is called Venus. And everybody can take a look at your hand, and mounts in the hand show available energy. Okay, so and Venus should be the big mount. It represents our giving energy. It represents our vitality, and you can think of this as like the physical pleasure part of your hand. Okay, so this Venus is really big. And so that tells me that you're an exuberant person who has a lot of energy, and you really have a lot of giving potential. So when you think about the potential of what wants to come through that hand, you know, this reminds me of a client of mine who had a hand like this. He used to always try and feed me. He would always be bringing me snacks when I was working. And he was so thoughtful about that. He just wanted to enjoy that physical pleasure of food. So a lot of times you'll see this on people who are cooks or chefs, you know, they just want to feed you.
I'm looking at my hand and I'm thinking, yes.
So that's the first thing I notice about this hand. It's very big Venus.
Okay, all right. Let's look at another one.
Okay, let's see.
Mona.
Okay, Mona. Yeah, I'm trying to see. She's got her fingers curled in just a little bit, which makes it a little harder to read. It looks like an earthy heart line to me, so a little more reserved. Sometimes I'll read things too when people actually, the way they hold their hands, I read stuff like that too. So there's a little bit of a shyness with you that maybe you don't want to know everything. Maybe there's a part of you that's afraid of what I might find out. So I would recommend that you trust. Okay, this is what I would definitely recommend for you. Trust in the process, trust in trust in yourself most of all. And don't be afraid to actually explore things that are maybe not so comfortable. That's what I'd recommend.
So, Cynthia, while you made that recommendation, bang, 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 I started seeing the comments, the responses from Sandhya and Romlin. Sandhya has written that, bang on, I'm always the mama at work who takes care. So, so true. Romlin says, yes, I'm always feeding folks. Loving your reading, Cynthia. Thank you. Amazingness.
Oh, good. Well, thank you.
This is so incredible. So when you talked about that Venus Mount, Cynthia, like I looked at my hands and I cook a lot and I love, and what you said, it's not just about looking after people or taking care, but it's also from that experience of sharing food and the pleasure of food. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That mount is also relates to it can relate to music. It can relate to just the pleasures of life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what makes life worth living? What makes it enjoyable? Being in a physical body.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, we have to eat every day. So yeah, the natural place is food, but it could also relate to, you know, some people like to dance or, you know, just that kind of energy, or they listen to that beautiful music piece and they really get into it. The Venusians can truly appreciate it.
That's it's astounding how it's almost like you've known me for 20 years.
That's what I love about hands. You know people really quickly, really deeply.
Yeah, and I can't imagine applying this and now looking at somebody, you know, if I'm considering someone to date someone, or if I'm looking at my partner's hand, to be able to get such astounding insights. That's amazing. And insights into what I would require, what I need in the relationship, what he needs in the relationship. This is fantastic.
Yeah, it's such a great tool. I mean, I feel like palmistry is like the best kept secret. It really is. It's so amazing if people only knew all the things that you could learn from it.
Yeah.
And it's time for it to get put back where it belongs. And it belongs at the top of everybody's mind.
Yeah.